Follow the Equestria Brotherhood. The adventure continues with Knuckle Wolf. Start featuring Tear of a Vole, Chapter 14. The air was cool in the dark room Adam was in. He opened his eyes and rolled over in his bed as he started to slowly wake up. He felt a small hoof pull through gently on the leg as he lay there. Lou stood there with her big sapphire eyes and her teddy bear on her head, poking him curiously. She whispered to him while continuing to poke him a link. Big brother, are you awake? He sat up stiffly and rubbed his eyes tiredly before stretching out his forelegs and returning to the small one next to him. Lou, what time is it? Curious about his question, she looked over her host and kind of quietly to herself.
It's, this time.
She told him her host, indicating what time it was, though it didn't answer Adam's question at all. Patting her on the head, Adam smiled at her. It's okay. I need to get up anyway. Adam roughly got out of bed, letting some covers fall to the cold metal ground as he stumbled tiredly to the door. Come on, Lou. Let's see if the others are up yet. The small bounced as she followed him.
They are like big brother. They wanted me to get you lots to eat, because you won't grow up if you don't eat.
Adam was still a bit groggy from the night before, and the night hadn't been the best of nights for him. Last night he dreamt of his mother again, but every time he did, it hurt him a bit inside, like a pain that would come back every now and again, leaving only a terrible feeling in your gut. Though, by now, the feeling he had through his rough night had seemed to pass, and his tired, weak feeling finally set in. It made him happy to see Lou in such a lively manner. Today, him and Neo would find the thing that was killing the caravans. Every time he thought about it, warmth would build in his chest, as he could hear everybody congratulating him on beating the monster. But deep down inside, he felt a hint of fear, mixed in with the warmth of being a hero. Because out here, anything is possible. And he did well to remember that now more than ever. The fresh smell of beans, cooking could be smelled inside the kitchen as he and Lou walked in. Lou bounded over to the table and sat down. Neo and Allie were looking over his combat shotgun. What was a combat shotgun? Pieces, tubes, and small parts were everywhere on the table. Neo stopped with his work and looked at Al with a playful expression. You finally woke up. For a while I didn't think you'd wake up. He rubbed his eyes one more time before answering.
I had a rough night's sleep last night.
Al sat down at the table and looked at what his brother and Allie were doing.
What was with the torn apart gun?
I'm trying to learn how to clean the dang thing, Neo said with frustration as he tried to get the barrel back into the stock. Allie watched him a second before stepping in to help him.
See?
She said while showing him how to put it back together. He looked it over, seeing it was really attached to the stock. How did you... What? How? Come on! He sighed, hanging his head slightly. I might need to find a less complicated weapon. Everybody chuckled at Neo. Even Lavender stopped good for a second to watch him.
You'll get the hang of it. You just need to keep trying, that's all,
Allie added.
I'll smile down. Let me take care of the weapons. I'm sure I can fix them up if needed.
All right, Adam. Just don't blow yourself up with them. They're not pip-bucks or computers. Lavender stepped in with a steaming pot levitating next to her.
I hope I'm not interrupting, but breakfast is ready.
Neo perked up and sat up, ready for his meal. Yes, please. I'm starving.
Lou giggled. You're always hungry, big brother.
Lavender came around the table, giving each party their own portion of the meal. Adam looked at the beans oddly. He eyed it unsure.
Could be worse, I guess,
he muttered to himself. Neo started inhaling the food in front of him. Food! He squeaked to himself. Lavender sat down and started to eat with the rest of the group. They all watched Neo consume the food viciously like a wild animal.
Big brother, you saw eat fast, or you might get a bad tummy ache,
Lou added. He paused for a moment and realized he was moving a bit too fast. Neo swallowed what food was in his mouth before he could answer the filly. Yeah, I get a little crazy when I'm hungry, he said with a nervous smile.
Just a little,
Adam added. Lavender looked back to Neo with a more serious look about her.
Are you two really going to try and find this thing today?
He nodded at her sternly. Yes, tonight we'll find it and end the torment this thing's been bringing to this place. Lou's face lit up at the sound of her coming fancy.
I will come.
She announced, bouncing in her chair with her head raised. Adam patted her on the head with a worried look in his eyes.
Not this time, Lou. We don't want you to get hurt.
She pouted at him.
Why? I won't go with you, big brothers.
Neo got down from his chair and went to her. Lou, you need to stay here.
But why? I'm a big pilot too.
Neo looked away for a moment before looking at her again. His eye leveled as he rested his metal hoof on her shoulder. Let me tell you a story, Lou. Back where I come from, there was a little colt, about your age. He loved to go on small adventures around the stable. Even though he saw a lot and did brave things, he didn't question the danger. One day, he was careless and got trapped under some metal crates. His leg was stuck and it hurt him. His family was scared and they spent the whole day looking for him. Finally, after hours of searching, they found him and promised never to do something that would put him in any danger.
Who was that, Polly?
Lou asked. That pony was me, Lou. And even though we do dangerous and brave things, I still think about the danger. I don't want you to get hurt and have your father or sister scared about you. She went down thinking about what he said.
So, I'll be brave if I stay here?
He smiled warmly at her. Yes, Lou. And knowing you're here will give us peace of mind. She smiled back down.
Will you play Cosmic Method with me when you get back?
Sure, Lou, he said, giving her a hug. She hugged him back.
Promise?
I promise. Adam was in his room at a desk, goggles on his eyes as he worked on his levitation shadow. Lou was behind him in the middle of the room, drawing on a piece of paper, humming to herself. Small sparks would fly from the saddle every now and again as he worked at it. The predator made a huge hole in the thing, and what made matters worse was that he was just barely had the tools and supplies to fix it. Sweat built up on his brow as he attached the last and final wire to his proper place. With a heavy sigh and wipe of his brow, he looked the machine over. The flat saddle-like device was for the most part repaired. Though he was unsure how well it would perform, he had to wait until he had the ability to get the proper parts to make it work 100%.
Well, that's as good as I'm gonna get.
Lou heard what he had said and went up to investigate.
Big brother, sit down.
Al lay back on the chair he sat in and held the levitation saddle in his hose.
Not completely, but it'll work when I get better parts. Then it'll be full working.
The door swished open, letting Neo step through the doorway. Lou and Adam turned to see him leaning on the side of the doorway. Knock, knock, Neo said, tapping himself on the metal wall.
Hey, brother, what is it?
Me and Allie have our stuff ready. We're just waiting for you to finish up your saddle.
Well, good news, I got it mostly done.
Mostly? Neo asked.
Yeah, well, it's functioning, but it won't stay together for very long, seeing as I don't have the right stuff to finish it at the moment.
Well, at least it works. Adam chuckled a bit.
Yeah, let's just hope it doesn't break while we're out there.
Adam moved the goggles off his eyes onto his forehead as he tried to put the saddle on his back. He struggled for a moment as he tried putting it on his back. The thought of how easy life must be for a unicorn stirred around his mind. Here, Neo added, coming over to help him. I can still help you, you know.
Thanks,
he said, standing still, as he placed it on his back and turned it on. In an instant, Adam felt a sort of pain fly through his back. He rubbed his sides as the pain died down.
I forgot how much that hurt.
It's not that. Besides, having Lucy hit you is much worse. Yeah, giving him a sheepy grin.
Lou gave him a puzzled stare.
He's Lucy.
A real pain in the...
Adam nudged him before he could finish his sentence. What? I was going to say flank.
Neo, Adam, come on, before the sun fully sets.
I heard her cry from down the hall. Neo turned to the door. Well, that's our cue, he said before stepping out of the room. He went down the cold steel hallway till he came to the center of the room, where the ladder up to the surface was. There, Allie had theirs and her own stuff ready to go for the night ahead of them. Among the items were Neo and Adam's dusters, which were in better condition than they were when he left the factory. Lavender had mended most of the tears and holes on the dusters, and some extra dirty wire so he managed to get most of the blood out of the coats. Allie looked down with eyes on her back and red.
You guys good to go?
Yeah, Al got his saddle fixed up and ready.
Good,
Allie added positively. Both Neo and Al got their dusters on, and when they got their weapons, and put them on their back with their bags. Lavender, who was standing next to a small linen sack, stepped up to the group.
Here,
she said, opening the bag. Take these. She pulled out 3 small little bottles with a glowing green liquid inside. Neo hesitated before taking them. What is it?
These are strength potions my dad makes. He said it would help you hunt for the monster.
Neo took all 3 of them and put them inside his bags, along with the other items he had on. Tell him I said thanks. Oh, Speaking of which, you know where we need to go, right? Lavender nodded and pulled a small chip out of her bag. She then took it and plugged it into his pip buck. He said there should be a caravan coming up tonight on the road. He thinks you should follow them for a bit before they get far. Make sure they stay safe. Right. And if the monster shows up, we kill it, right? He added. She nodded at him again. Yes. We can't have it harm any more ponies ever again. Even if we capture it, I'm afraid you're still going to have to kill it. Neil gave her a reassuring look. Don't worry. We'll find it. And I don't care if we capture their bag or blow it to pieces. As long as it's around, ponies will die. I won't let you suffer because of it. Thanks. Blue came out to Neo with a teddy bear in hers. Thank Mr. Tim. You'll have for me. Neo smiled and picked up the bear and put him in his bag. Thanks, Lou. And I'll be sure to tell that monster that Lou, Monster Slayer, is around. Lavender went over to the heavy door. Remember. She pressed the button on the control pad to unlock the door. Be careful. The door made a large clanking sound as it unlocked and slowly swung open. A cool draft filled the room from the outside world. Play safe, like brothers, Lou said, sadly waving a little hoof goodbye. Alex stepped outside the door first. Adam and Neil turned back to her and waved their host goodbye. We'll be back soon, Lou. Don't worry, Neil said softly.
And we'll get to play when you get back, right?
She said in a sad, quiet tone. He looked at her with her warmly. Right. I promised, remember? Neil turned and stepped through the door to the outside.
Bye, Lavender. Bye, Lou.
Adam said before going outside himself. Lavender watched as the door closed slowly before clamping shut. Goodbye. Fester came up between the two fillies, who now stared at the close-mouthed door. He came up and sat down between the two of them, placing his hose around their shoulders to comfort them. Lavender looked up, sorrow deep in her eyes. I hope they'll be back all right. He looked down back at her, giving her a somber glare. They'll be fine, dear. I'm sure of it. The cool wind brushed the broad red bushes along the low hills that covered the land. The sky was a pale blue, and clouds dark and gloomy as they always were. The three trudged the hills, following the directions Lavender had given Neo, and he hoped that the caravan was still there. And with some luck, they would have enough ponies there to protect them. Or better yet, they hoped the ponies would help find and kill this monster if it showed up tonight. They traveled for about an hour northwest from the bunker, just like it said on the map. In front of them was a small gorge which spanned no more than 50 feet across. Neil halted in front of the large burnt oak tree at the edge of the cliff. The others stood next to him and marveled at the gorge, and even though the world around seemed bleak and dull, the small gorge itself had a certain beauty to it. Even the low dead grass he stood on added to the odd yet wonderful view.
Is this the place, brother?
Neo stood there for a moment, looking solemnly at the scene in front of him. What? Oh, one sec, he said, snapping back to reality. He pulled up his EFS, which showed they were in the right spot. It says we're here. Allie leaned herself against the dead tree and looked up to the sky. I guess all we have to do is wait then, and hope the caravan comes around. Adam found a rock and sat down on it, sighed heavily.
Let's hope it doesn't take too long.
Agreed, Neo and Allie said in unison. Neo sat down on the grass and looked up to the sky, watched as the clouds rolled and moved endlessly through the sky. And for hours he sat there, watching the clouds move and the wind blow tall tumbleweeds through the barren land. They all looked down into the distance and counted hundreds of dead tree stumps in the distance, which had been blown away by the dropping of bombs. Soon the color of the sky changed. First it was a sail in plain pale blue, then a sickly green, finally and turning into a dark orange before the light slowly faded away. It would be dark soon, and there was no sign of the caravan. Neo got up and went down the gorge to see if they were coming. But before there was no one coming. He turned to look to the other two. Adam, Allie, looks like they're not. They all turned their heads to the side as they heard two loud gunshots go off down the gorge. Did you hear that? Neo asked.
It did sound too far off. Maybe it's the caravan.
Baby Adam, Neo said, pulling his combat shotgun. Adam got his laser pistol, and now he got out a 44 Magnum that Lavender had given her while Neo was getting at him. They each quickly made sure each weapon was loaded and turned to make their way towards the gunshots. As they made their way, there were more and more gunshots could be heard along, the sounds of ponies screaming, yelling at something. It was almost dark, and he did their best to sprint across the caravan's location. After galloping over a hill, they saw a small pile of stuff gathered up in a circle around 10 ponies. The way they had formed, their gear and supplies acted as a small wall they could defend themselves from all sides. From the ledge, Neo, Allie, and Adam watched this mysterious dark figure teleport in small flashes of orange energy while dodging the many bullets being shot at. From the top of the ledge, they waved their hoods at the group of the guards, but they didn't notice. Then Allie had an idea. A stupid one, but she figured it was the only way to get their attention. With deep breaths, he yelled, "We're up here! We're coming down! Don't shoot!" Neo looked at her with surprise. "What are you doing? Now that thing knows we're up here, too!" "It's the only way they'll know we're up here." A voice called down from the guards. "Come on down! Hurry! Don't hold both sides longer!" "See, Neo?" she added mockingly. "Point taken." The strange pine-shaped shadow stopped for a moment, turned its red eyes to the three on the ledge. "Brother! Allie! Hurry before he gets up here!" He looked around the ledge for a way down. "There's no way to get—" Without letting him finish, Adam stepped back, held his breath, rolled up, and jumped down the inclined ledge. He bounced and tumbled as he went down the side. Just before hitting the bomb, he stumbled back up to his hoofs and dashed off for the traitors in the center of the gorge. "Adam, what the hell?" Neo called out to him. He watched as Adam jumped over a small wall and into the defensive area with the other traitors. "Come on down! Trust me!" Neo's eyes widened at the thought of jumping. Terror and anxiety filled his mind as he watched the mysterious creature close in on him and Allie. "Why do I have to jump?" "Grab Allie and just do it!" He gulped and grabbed onto Allie. "You ready?" She nodded at him. In another gulp, he and Allie bolted off the ledge. As they fell, they held onto each other and tumbled off the cliff side. To their surprise, minus a few rocks, they rolled into the ground and was extremely soft. And once they had reached the bomb, they both let go of each other and stumbled for a moment as the dizziness wiped down. Once they had a second to straighten out the world, after they all fall down, they sprinted off towards a small defensive area. "Quick! It's right behind you guys!" called a mare behind Adam. Both Allie and Neil's hearts pounded as they raced for the makeshift fort the betrayers had made. Both leaped over a small wall and watched as the two unicorns shot at the creature, which popped its way to dodge the incoming fire. Neil and Allie panted heavily, thrusting themselves against the gear that surrounded them. The ponies fired out randomly, trying to keep the monster away. Mare called to him, most to the center of the group. She sat there with a hunting rifle, leather barding, and different badges on it. "Who are you?" she shouted while the ongoing fire. She turned to gaze at Allie. Neil motioned himself with his brother. "I'm Neil. This is my younger brother, Adam. We're guardians, and we're here to help you." "Well, you're doing a lousy-ass job of it," she replied. She glared at Allie angrily. "And who's she?" "She's with us, don't worry," Neil added, getting his shotgun ready. "Now, what do we know about this thing? It needs to die, or we die. That's all I know," she yelled. "Do you have anything we can use to stun it?" she added while looking around. "What about those?" she said, pointing to a bunch of green-looking apples. She turned her head to the thing Allie mentioned. "What, those? They're just incinerated grenades. They won't—" Her eyes got big at the thought of them. "What do you have in mind?" Allie moved over to the grenades and drew out her plan in the dirt. Mare and Al leaned close to her to listen more carefully to Al's plan. "We'll wad the seas off the sides of the defensive barrier. Since this thing can't get close without being shot, it's waiting for us to stop shooting. If we can use these to make it move up to one spot, we can shoot it and kill it before we run out of ammo." The mayor looked at her astonished. "Well, damn girl, that just might work. It seems we don't have any other ideas at this point. I say it's our best shot." She got up and called the other trader ponies to prepare to set off the grenades. And as he did that, Adam prepared the ponies with large weapons in the position where the monster would come. "When I say three, every pony gets its grenades, so pull the pin and throw them. Before the start, wait until you see them move down." A pony in the center gathered all the grenades and keep each pony on their own grenade. They all nodded at her, including Neo, who sat on the side with a grenade himself. "Ready?" She watched as the ponies fired at the monster, who shifted fast left and right, dousing 100 bolts of fire. "One!" Sweat ran down each of the trader's ponies as anticipation built up amongst the group as they waited for her order. "Two!" Neil and Adam looked at the hellish monster grenades ready. "Three!" All the ponies on the side pulled the pins with their mouths and tossed them into the air. Once they landed, several loud pops could be heard, along with a bright flash before a burst of flames consumed the area around them. The monster could be heard shrieking as the bombs went off. It flashed only in a spot that wasn't covered in flame. Once the thing opened, the mayor shouted at them to fire. 4 loud shotguns fired at the shouting figure. It stumbled left and right as the rain of pellets hit all over its body. Then finally it fell to the ground, lifeless. Flames from the ground still burned slightly around the area, causing each of the ponies to give off long shadows. They all stopped firing. Each one of them lowered their weapons as they looked at the now dead monster. Is it dead? Asked one of the traitor stallions. The mayor stared at the body suspiciously. Only one way to find out, she muttered. She took her hunting rifle and 4 other ponies with her to investigate the body. Neo watched as they stepped over their small wall and made their way cautiously to the dead monster. Neo pulled out the bottle of the strength potion and lathered her again at him. Before he could drink it, Al lit down, oddly. Why are you drinking that? Neo lit down before drinking it. I don't know. Why not? Maybe it. Whatever. Just don't drink all of them, okay? Al stated before returning to watch them handle the dead monster. The investigation group poked the pony monster with their rifles. There were no burn marks, no bullet holes. It was just laying there. The group mumbled to each other as Adam watched as carefully hit down in an defensive position. First he saw a shadow move, but in his mind it looked like one of the ponies from the shadows of the flames. He looked down more carefully, saw a white glowing knife behind one of the ponies. Look out! Adam warned the police before looking at the dead body. The stallion who was in front of the shadow only got a quick glimpse before the white blade sliced cleanly through his neck. The other ponies watched in horror as the group was slaughtered in almost an instant. The monster managed to kill all 5 ponies in the blink of an eye. But how? Allie said in awe, because there was a dead monster body right next to it. In a flash of vortex and a loud pop, the monster appeared in the middle of the defensive ring. With quick reflexes and moves, it sliced and hacked at the other 2 ponies before they could pull their guns up to fire. The monster for a moment stood there, licking the blood of its knife. It purred as it tasted the warm blood of the knife. You fucking bastard! Neo yelled as he handed up his shotgun and fired at the beast. Teleported out of the way, but not before getting clipped on its leg by Neo's gun. Its red blood glittered and glowed faintly as it landed on one of the dead ponies. Soon it reappeared next to the 3 other ponies. In terror, they screamed and shot wildly at it. In each shot, it would duck and dodge with lightning-fast reflexes. It killed the first pony, slitting his throat and tearing a large hole in his body. He jumped in the air and went for the second one. He shoved it out in front of him of the monster. Take him! He yelled before running away. Adam blocked himself and braced himself as the monster came up to him. But instead, it went around him and threw its knife at the pony running. The unicorn who ran felt the knife hit him straight in the knee, which made him flip over. But as out of nowhere, the dark shadow monster appeared right on top of him. Okay, I promise. I will not do the obvious, I was once a hero like you until I took a knife into the knee by a monster. I promise. You can put down the sword. The things I do to make sure I don't do bad... These people do to make sure I don't do bad jokes. Seriously. No, please! But before he could say another word, the creature took the knife from his leg and ran the knife into his eye. It removed it slowly from the once living pony, and made its way back to the group. Last traitor pony dropped her gun and ran for the only place without flames surrounding them. Tears ran down her eyes as he ran straight to the monster. It appeared right in front of her. With a quick swipe from its arm, the mare fell to the ground, lifeless. He cocked his head to Neo, and Neo drew Troop inside and was after him. His eyes wide in terror as the thing dashed around. Quick, shoot at it! Adam called, raising his pistol. Allie followed in. Together they shot rapidly at the thing, hoping it would slow down. Red-hot beams of magical air-tipped bullets from Allie's .44 Magnum hit it. His blood shot out from his legs. No matter how much they shot it couldn't slow down. Neo was petrified. He looked around but couldn't move. Brother, the potion! He heard Adam cry. Potion, use it! Neo turned his frightened gaze to the potion. He didn't get to drink on the ground. Instantly, one thought came to mind. Throw it. He didn't know why he wanted to throw it. But whatever it was the only option. So he went over to the potion. He levitated and charged at the pony, yelling wildly at it. I'm out of my mind, he thought as he raced to the monster. Once he was 5 feet from it, everything froze for a moment. The monster had his knife at the ready, and he had the potion ready. There he was, floating, with everything standing still. Then, within an instant, time flew naturally. The knife missed Neo just barely by cutting him as the ball impacted on his face. The creature screamed in pain, putting its dark hose to his face, as if acid had been thrown at it. It stumbled around, blinded what was hosed to his face. As mysteriously as it was, a flash of orange and white bursted where it was. Then it was gone. Neo looked around from the ground at the battlefield, eyes wide and confused. Everywhere he looked, he wondered where it could have gone. But it vanished completely. Adam trotted up to Neo with Valley behind him. "Brother, it's gone." Neo didn't answer. Instead, he looked around in terror at the scene before him. Bodies of dead traitors now lay scattered and lifeless. Now they were either burning or laying there waiting for the flames to consume them. Neo felt horrible inside. It was a piece of himself died as he watched. It happened so quickly. No one was prepared for this.
"But we tried anyway,"
Adam muttered while he felt a tear build up inside. Adam put his help around his dark brother. We were stupid for leaving. Now we're in a world filled with this. Neo muttered slyly to himself.
"May Celestia guide these souls,"
Ellie added while bowing her head. Adam said the same and offered a help to his brother. Neo looked down with mournful-looking eyes, pushed it gently to the side. He struggled to get up, feeling the pain in his arms sting as he tried to stand up. But once he was up, he lifted his head up, took a deep breath, and turned away from the scene. "I'm tired." And with that, he slowly made his way from the burning battlefield around him, head hung low in a mournful sorrow. Adam looked at Allie with the same sad, mournful look in his eyes.
"I'm tired,"
he cooed. Allie hung her head low.
"What about the bodies? You can't just leave them here."
Neo and Adam paused and looked at the many bodies of the fallen ponies. Neo thought about it for a moment. He really decided to walk away from these ponies. They were just trying to get by, and here he and his brother were walking off like it never happened. She's right. Adam blinked down and thought about it.
"Wouldn't you want someone to bury you when you pass? Don't they deserve a proper sending off?"
Allie asked him. Adam nodded sinfully.
"I want somebody to bury me if I die."
He didn't want to finish. The thought of him dying was unbearable. Allie's right. I may not like it, but these ponies deserve more than this. Neo said sternly before making his way to Allie.
"Then how are we going to bury them?"
Neo looked at the larger fires, at the grenades that burned on the dead shrubs and grass. Allie stopped looking at the fire. We'll give them a regal burial where they could be in peace. Adam nodded at them and went over to help prepare the burial so they could finally rest peacefully. It was dark in the world. The dark clouds in the sky blended with the darkness, making them almost invisible in the sky. Crickets and small insects could be heard as the three ponies marched back into the bunker. Cool night air blew gently across the ground, causing Neo and Adam's dusters to flap gently in the breeze. In view was the round, metal half-dome in the distance, though this time, coming back, it didn't hold the same welcoming feeling as it did before. Neo sighed as he tried to shake off the battle they were in. Adam tried to do the same, only the image festered in his mind like a bad dream after you wake up. It was hard not to think of it. Even after everything they saw, that was the most memorable so far. I have never seen that much before, Neo thought. The feeling of seeing what had happened hurt his heart. Having to bury the ponies he was sent to save weighed down heavily on his chest. Adam felt no different. No other time in his life had he seen so much death. Even when they fought the raiders, it was like killing angered beasts. But to watch normal ponies, and that many died in one place, it scared him. The bunker was about 50 feet below them now. It didn't help them either when they had to tell Lavender and Lou that they had failed. The look on Lou's face when they would say that just didn't settle right with them. Alan was at the intercom door. For a moment he looked worried. Neo walked up to him and wanted to see called for Lavender and Lou to open the door.
"Hello? Anybody there? This is Adam. We're back. Lou, come on. This isn't funny. We walked a long way. Could you please open up?"
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Guess the Possible Outcome. Is it A, that the two sisters have been horribly experimented on? B, random rare attack? Or C, their daddy decided to cannibalize them? Let's find out.
He shook his head. No ponies home.
Neo turned his gaze to the intercom himself before looking to his younger brother. Adam, think you can bypass it?
Adam eyed the small device before answering. I don't know. Maybe. This is a different model than the other intercoms I've seen. But maybe I could get into the locking system in it.
He nodded confidently at his older brother.
Yeah, give me a sec. But the locks will come off and only the locks. You'll have to open manually once it's unlocked.
Right, Neo agreed. Adam dug through his things and found a screwdriver. Then he pulled up his pit buck and pulled out a small fuse. Within moments, the intercom was separated into several pieces with wires and circuits that hung out loosely from it. He moved the screwdriver around until a small spark flew from the center of the machine. A loud clank followed by a hiss from the metal door of the bunker.
Here,
Adam said, putting his things away.
it wasn't as easy as you think, but once the main circuits are passed, it was pretty easy. Alright, brother, Allie, all you need to do now is open it.
They both nodded and stepped up onto the door. Neo took out the blade that was his mechanical hoof, and Allie focused her magic on the door itself. Neo wedged his blade into the door and pulled back as hard as a magical aura encased the door. Both of them struggled and grunted as they pulled hard on it. With a bit more effort, the door hissed open. They all looked inside the entrance area of the bunker, and what they saw took them back by surprise. The room was normally lit with dark and cold. Bloodstains that had been stretched on the ground trailed off down the ladder to the lower level of the bunker. The sight instantly sent a panic down their spines. Lou! Lavender! Neo cried, racing into the bunker. He slid down the ladder, calling their names as they found out the now dark bunker. The blood trailed up to the professor's office, down the right hallway. The very thought of what could have happened scared Neo. Adam came down with Allie, calling out for the young ones' names as well. Neo raced for the first room, trying to look for the fillies and the professor before checking his office. Room after room, he found the same thing. Nothing. Just cold, empty rooms filled with nothing. Finally, he came to the kitchen, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw small lavender legs sticking out from behind the counter. He asked the counter to see Lavender laying there, covered in blood. First, Neo shook and reeled back, thinking she was dead. Then he realized she had no wounds, no scars or scratches. In fact, she was still breathing faintly. He went down to her and checked her heart rate and breathing. Adam! Allie! I found Lavender! He cried out to the others while holding her head in his hooves.
Allie and Adam raced inside the kitchen as they saw him covering the blood-colored filly in his hooves.
I found her, he muttered sadly.
What happened here, Neo?
Allie asked, picking her up from out of his hooves and putting her on his back. His hips were shaking. I don't know.
Here, she insisted. I'll look after you and Adam. Go find Lou. See if you can find her.
Neo stared at a moment at his hooves. He felt a tear that he hadn't felt before. A fear not like survival, but a more deeper feeling. He got up, trying to recover himself. Right, he said with a heavy heart. Come on now, let's go. With a serious nod, Adam agreed and followed Neo out of the kitchen to the professor's office. The blood tail went straight under the door. A small light above the door flicked on and off as he looked over the control panel on the side of the door. Neo pressed the button on the door, and like opening a fridge, a cold blast hit him as the door opened into a dark room. Neo gulped and tried turning his pit buck lamp on, but the sinking hose made it hard to achieve. With a deep breath, they went into the dark room and followed it. The room, after a few steps, slowly inward, creating a hallway. Their hostess echoed faintly down the hall as they moved towards the end. At the end of the hallway was a dim green light that came on from the other end. The sound of scuffling and bubbles could be heard as they continued onward. They both peeked around the corner before entering the room. Inside was 5 large green tubes with dark-looking things inside each one. Connected to these things were large cables that were hooked up to machines and pumps. The room itself was circular. At the end of the large terminal screen, a professor handling some sort of machine. The machine itself was small and it fell down like a container connected to the main machine. The machine sparked and buzzed as the professor laughed quietly to himself. Neo stepped in and looked down seriously in the large center of the room. He paused and cooked his head back a bit, bruises and cuts on his legs that were roughly bandaged up. Welcome, boys. You're just in time. Adam and Neo glared at him angrily. Cut the crap! Tell us where Lou is! He chuckled a bit, while his back still turned to them. The green glow at the terminator screen, giving him a dark, scowly look. Well, aren't we no fun? Skipping to the asking and questions bit. Said Matt Chortle. He stumbled around and faced him. Eyes wide on his mouth and an initial smile. You boys did a number on me back in the gorge. You even managed to clip my leg. Both brothers took a step back from him as they came to the realization. You're the monster. He grinned, cocking his head to one side. You are right, Adam. Right you are. But, Neil started tired. Why? He finished for him. He chuckled once and started pacing to the side. What a very cliched question, Neo. So let me tell you boys a story. Long ago, there was a raider couple called the Night Hunters. They tortured, murdered, and killed for the pleasure of seeing others dying in pain. He said as if it were good. Ah, the good days. Soon they had a kid. And he squeaked. Growing up, I didn't dislike the murder. I loved it. But I was much smarter than my parents. I learned science, bioengineering, and math, and all on my own, too. So I decided to make my own living in the world. But not before I took the hearts of my parents with me. Because home is where your heart is, after all. Why do I want Chuck Huber to voice this guy? The very thought of the two made Sarah sick to their stomachs. But that doesn't explain why I had kids, why I'm doing this. Glad you asked. His grades returned, and he continued to explain his story in a boastful manner. One day, while on my travels, I discovered a stable. Not any ordinary stable. It was a stable to find the answer to this world's problems. Neil felt a heat bubble in his chest as he explained. That's why I realized I won't live forever. After all, I am a mere mortal on this earth, same as you two. He paused and faced him. So I found a nice Pegasus mare down in the town of Arcannon, and we married. Then I had 6 ugly-looking children. Disgusting things, really. So noisy and loud. You know, you're the victim, the more fun to kill. Dio couldn't take it anymore as he felt the rage explode in him. Get to the point, you sick bastard! The professor pouted and rolled his eyes. Here I thought I could get rid of you in the factory. Though how you got away from the predators is beyond me. Oh, and that traitor Mary you held fixed up. She was a tasty one, she was. I didn't dare share a mare that tender and juicy. Neil growled out, not wanting to go on, but I digress. He moved to the half dome at the end of the room. This is my pride and joy. He went over to the lever on the sewing machine and pulled it. In the haze of a dream, the stone rose to the air. Once the haze had cleared, on a small round table was a malformed creature. It was a sickly green color, with large bulges sticking out of its legs and sides. A crooked green horn was buried under its thin purple streaking hair. On its back was a pair of little deformed wings that were bent and stretched unnaturally. He leaned closer to the thing. Say hello, Lou. Your brothers are here. Neil yelled and charged down, tackling into the ground. What did you do to her? Adam cautiously approached the creature. Lou? Big brother, it said in a raspy, dying voice. You know, I'm trying my best not to do a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood joke. Lord knows I try. I try my best not to make them. And yet, here we have a scientist turning his little girl into a monster that is saying in a very raspy voice, Big brother. I hope you people are appreciating the sacrifice I'm making for not making the obvious Full Metal Alchemist brother joke. Because heaven knows, I did not want a Mike Vic for Christmas. So that's, I'm not going to say the obvious Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood joke. If you guys want to say the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood joke, then be my guest. I will not say a word. Both their eyes widened at once. Neo pounced down and pulled on his collar. What did you do to her? Tell me! He started chuckling a bit. I created an alicorn. Not a fake one like the ones in the wastes. A real one. One that had the real powers, real thoughts, and the being of the goddesses themselves. Lace drew to him as he picked up his metal and punched him. Why? She was just a little girl, and you killed her! Tears ran down his eyes as he yelled at his stupid, bruised, grinning face. I did it for the future, so I could be a god, and my fun would never end. Not only that, but it took me 5 tries to get this far. Neo punched him again, causing his face to make a faint crushing sound as he hit him. You hurt innocent ponies. Your own family just for yourself. He shrugged with a guilty grin on his face. Guilty as charged. He pulled him close with rage facing inside him. Change her back. Change her back. Charles, wiping some of the blood off his face with his hood. I would tell you, but you wouldn't like it. He punched him again and again, taking huge swipes at his head as he sat there, taking each massive blow. It bothered Neo that he laughed as Hoof punched him. Change her back now! Tears ran down his face as his hits got harder and harder. Do it. Kill me, Neo. The professor screamed out. Neo held his hoof high in the air. The blade was unsheathed. You don't deserve to live. Yes, do it. Embrace the inner murderer you really are. Kill me. I'm going to kill you. Do it. Die. Do it. Neo screamed and prepared to strike Adam. Brother, no! Adam cried as the blade came down on Neo's helpless victim. No, big brother, Lou said calmly. Just as the blade came down to the professor's eye, he paused. His hoof with the blade shook as he lifted the morphed creature beside him. Lou, I. He seized his blade, stepped back from the predator. He reeled back, realizing what he was doing. I am a monster. The professor struggled to get up as he spat out the few blood-covered teeth he had lost. I knew you didn't have it in you, you weakling. He tried to get his grip on the terminal so he could hold himself up, face the two brothers. She would have made an excellent killer. No, Adam interrupted. He wouldn't. He's my big brother, and I know he's no murderer. He's nice, kind, and caring. But most of all, he's all I have left. The insane unicorn just stood there chuckling to himself. Nice speech, but that's all premature. It's a shame. You two could have been just like me. You're just like my wife. Weak, emotional, and stupid. From under his desk, he pulled out a bright white knife and charged the two with it. Now it's your turn to die. Neil reeled back as he charged the two. Alan felt horrified as the mad pony came out. He had to do something because if he hadn't, no pony else would. Reaching over to his brother's back, he pulled out his combat shotgun. Out of pure terror, he fired blindly at the professor. Its surprise and caused him to stagger aside to dodge. It wasn't fast enough, and the shot Adam had fired at him. It took a large chunk of his body due to the close range of the shot. A cloud of red mist hung in from a moment in the air where the professor had gotten shot. They both watched as his body lay down on the ground with a dull thud. His body twitched, and tilted for a moment before it stopped moving entirely. There on the ground lay the professor's body, wide-eyed and still. Adam dropped the gun and stumbled back to his haunches. What have you done? He whimpered, wanting to pull the fresh blood from around the professor's living body. They both heard the sharp gasp come from behind them, and when they turned around to see who it was, they saw Lavender and Allie standing there in total shock at what they were seeing. Dad! Lavender coughed, choking on the confusion and sadness befell her. What happened? What did you do to him? Tears ran down her eyes as he cradled the fires in his hands. I just reacted in Team House and... Louis interrupted with a deathly moan. Lavender looked up at her on the pedestal and gasped and fell back. What is that? She asked. Big sis is Daddy, okay? It moaned at her. Her eyes got wide as she heard her speak those words.
Lou, is that you?
Al looked at her mournfully.
I'm afraid that is, Lou.
He sputtered, looking at her with tearing eyes.
What happened to you?
She said, looking closer to her. Neo came up behind her and placed his stinging hoof on her shoulder. Your father was the monster this whole time. He came at us. We had no choice.
But why would you do something like this? Us?
Lavender struck his hoof off and went to Lou again.
But why Lou? Why not me? I don't know what to do. I woke up thinking today it would be fine, but now I can't believe it did this to his own family.
Lou moaned again, grunting a bit as dark yellow eyes looked up at him. I hurt. Neil looked at Lou with wide, sad eyes. She had gone through so much, and to think it was all for his own personal gain. She didn't deserve this. Neo knew it. No filly should have to live like that. What made matters worse was that she was in pain. Terrible pain. He could see it in her eyes. Brother,
What are we going to do? Lou is in pain.
Lou started to moan at her pedestal she sat on. Neo looked over. Big brothers, when will we play? You promised. Neil looked at her. The words she said ate at his heart, made him feel terrible. Al was softly crying, now wondering how this would turn out in the end. He noticed Neil as he got up, and he thought about what he was going to do. She can't live like this. Nobody should. Why, Professor? Why would you do this? Neil thought as he pondered about how Lou the pain she was in. What if I... No, I couldn't. I wouldn't hurt her. She can't live in pain like this. Sorry, Lou.
What are you doing, brother?
Neo ignored him and went with Lou to a warm smile. Went down, pushed back her head's stringy mane. Lou. Alice started to worry. Wasn't sure what he was doing.
Brother, what are you doing?
Lou looked at Neo in the eyes. Big brother, I hurt. Can you help me? He nodded at her, trying to hold back the tears and horrible feelings. Yes, Lou. I'm going to help. Adam realized what he was doing. Stretched himself out to him.
No, brother, please don't. We can find a way. We can.
Louder interjected sternly.
Adam, can you see his he's in pain? He's doing the right thing. I don't want her to suffer. Why, Dad? No, but.
Adam whimpered. Neo turned his head to his brother. I have to do this. This has to end. I won't have her suffer any more for what he did to her. He looked at Lou calmly and hugged her slow and deformed body. Neo felt some of the tears he tried so hard to keep back slip as he hugged her. Big brother, will we play later? He choked on the sadness, doing his best to hold back the tears. Yeah, Lou. Later. One day, we'll be together again. She hummed softly to herself. Big brother? He had picked up his metal hoof and unsheathed it. He took his blade and placed it against her chest, pressing the very tip gently onto where her heart was. Yes, he joked. I love you, she cooed to him. I love you too, Lou, he said, pushing the blade to her chest. Before he could let go, he felt a tear roll down her cheek. A tear of a bowl. It was that small tear that allowed her to pull away the blade, cleaning her chest and sheath itself. Allie cried as she watched Neo break down crying. Sleep well, Lou. My little sister. Footnote. Level up. Family ties. If you're surrounded by your friends and family, you gain plus 50 HP. Footnote. Level up. New perk. Hard gold. While wearing a Guardian Duster, you gain +10 to DER, especially in your torso region.